スト。
こんにちは。今日は毎週土曜日、午後2時以降に始めている、LA ノワール、LA ノワール、LA ノワール、ドワールじゃねえ、ノワール、をやっていきたいと思いますのですが、ちょっと、フレームレートがフレームレートが、おかしかったので、ちょっとランチャー再起動します。フレームレートが30で固定されているので、それを60にするアプリケーションがありまして、それを起動させたんですが、何かのタイミングで、大丈夫ですね。それが有効にならない時があるので、大丈夫ですね。スムーズになりましたね。それでは前回の続きですね、やっていきたいと思います。前回バグが発生してですね、日本語化ファイル固有なんですが、ここの終わってるのか、ここのメモがですね、こういう今わかるかな、なぞり書きをすると見れるというですが、これがバグによってできずに進行不能になっていたのですが、それを日本語化していない、英語ファイルですね。普通の Steam で起動すると、
Further to your request, Bunko Fraud has 3 known bookmakers operating out of storefronts in the Hollywood area. Thrifty Liquor, 6106 Santa Monica, the Examiner Drugstore, and a Max Spirits at 1658 North Cherokee. KGPL clear.
おどういう、そうか、とりあえず電話の目的地に行くか。あれ、オープンカーじゃなかったっけか。
Hammond backed himself to win.
And Candy is picking up the winnings.
Smart play. Question is Candy collecting on Albert's behalf, or is she cheating him too?
あれ？X ボタンを押しても道案内してくれないんだけど。あれどうした？
You see the cop they've been talking about on the radio? Want another accommodation?
欲しいな。道案内してくれないな。
It's the next
あ、
right.
行けた。
We better get to that next address quick. Candy'll be in a hurry now.
ごめんごめん。あ、行って。
Oh no, 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 no! You did not just do that.
やばい。これ GTA じゃなかった。あれここじゃなかったよな俺。あれロケーション合ってんのかこれ。うん。
Detectives Phelps and Earl, LAPD. Relax, Cole. You just have a blonde in here, Mervyn?
Sure did. I'm just about to close up. She took me to the cleaners. 4,000 clams and change.
How long ago did she leave?
Maybe 5 minutes. Called a cab. Asked for a number. I told her there was a card over there by the phone.
Yellow cab. We need to get after her, fast.
電話が電話どこにある？これか。うんうんうん。
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Can you connect me to the Yellow Cab Company, Hollywood 2187, please? This is Detective Phelps, LAPD. You dispatched a cab to 1487 Ivar Avenue, Hollywood?
Yes, sir. Send one round from the pool.
Do you have the number of that cab?
Number 179.
Thanks.
We're done playing around. Get Mervyn to give us an address on Ray's place.
You have any idea who Ray is?
Sugar Ray?
Not now, Mervyn. Cole doesn't have much of a sense of humor at the best of times.
Ray runs a shop up on North Cherokee Avenue, just south of Hollywood Boulevard.
素直に書いたな。
Isn't he the cop who won a medal in solving all the cases?
お、ぶつけやがった。
This broad's planning on cleaning out every bookmaker in town.
Hammond needed to make sure he was getting a bigger payday than if he'd taken the flop.
Never trust the limeys, especially where a fight's concerned. A mistake we can't seem to stop making.
Any Century unit of 484 just occurred, 3155 West 4th Street. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
どこだ？
Keep straight.
遠いな。危ねえな。いや、マジで遠いな。めちゃくちゃ遠いんだけど。あぶね。端から端に行ったんじゃないのこれ。そんぐらい遠いんだけど。
Any Century unit of 484 just occurred, 3155 West 4th Street. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
You gotta help me, officer, please!
Slow down. What happened?
I
was just walking along, not bothering nobody. And these punks jumped me. They knocked me across my mouth and took my money.
How long ago was this?
Not more than 20 minutes ago, mister. They went that way, down the alley there.
Wait here.
違うな。
Fleeced you, sucker.
Son of a bitch is taking the car!
Shit, come on, let's get after him.
Wake up, Cole.
ダッシュダッシュダッシュダッシュ。早く来い、パイセン。
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
Okay. Sure. どこ行った？やばい。感覚が全然違う。GTA と違いすぎる。
Now, wasn't that a stupid thing to do?
Oh, おや2台あるんだけど。君の車はどっちだい？こっちかい？こっちでもいいんじゃないの？オープンカーがいいんじゃないやっぱり。
You need to take the next right.
また長期リードをしなかんな。
Police entry unit. Citizen reports suspicious activity on a trolley car on Fountain Avenue. Stand by for further information.
どこだ？
Police entry unit.
Go straight.
I'm walking here.
来るんじゃない。まだまだか。
Any Century unit, citizen reports suspicious activity on a trolley car on Fountain Avenue. Stand by for further information. Any Central unit.
LAPD, ma'am. Are you all right?
That lowlife! That filthy lowlife!
What happened?
I was standing ready to get off and I heard a click. His camera. That pervert took a picture of my... up my...
Which way did he go?
There! That's him! Right there!
Go on, Phelps. Get after that creeper.
ああ、熟女好きだったんじゃないの。平気かこいつ。
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
不思議な挙動する車だなお前。
Hit him. Clear this asshole off the road.
Dangerous that is!
あ、くそ。
Get in close and steer him off the tar.
いやー、相方の車がなんかあれだな。ああ。カスタマー化しないからダメなんだろう。
Put your hands in the air! You're under arrest for public indecency.
Oh, Christ.
変態か。やたらと変態がいるな。うん。ロサンゼルスは変態が多いのかな。目的地は変わってますよね。
It's the next right. Turn left up ahead.
Hero cab.
That's the cab waiting up ahead. She's not in the car. Don't get too close.
She must be inside.
We're on the move again, Cole. After her. Don't lose that cab. Too close, Phelps. Way too close.
Hey, slow down!
How many stops is she gonna make? Hammond is full of himself, being this sure he was gonna win.
God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole. Careful, we'll get spotted at this distance. Damn it, we got ping. He's off, quick.
That bitch is giving me what I'm owed. That's all I know.
You got a pretty funny idea of what keeping a low profile means, Phelps.
そうだよ。
Pull over. She's heading inside. I think I just saw Hammond. I'll tail him. You get in there and stay with Candy. Make sure you don't let her see you.
Skeleton goes into a bar and orders a beer and a mop. This guy must have escaped the loony bin.
That's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. Oxymoron for you. Mister, a man like you always loses.
どうした？
Roy! Call an ambulance.
Hammond got away.
He said.
Just try and sit still, Candy. Who shot you? Was it Albert?
Car.
They're on the way. I have a patrolman searching the depot. The chief's putting together a manhunt for Hammond. He got the money, right?
Looks like it.
A tough bird, our limey friend. Using his girlfriend as the bag woman and then getting greedy over the split. He won't make it out of town.
That's how you see it?
I told you that cocksucker was a crook.
Ah.
.32 caliber. One shot fired. The Egyptian Theater.
So, what now? The theater, I guess. We don't have much else to go on.
これ以上ないか。窓から逃げるのが好きなやつだな。やっと来たか。
Poor girl. She didn't deserve that.
Poor girl. Half the precinct aren't taking a vacation this year because of her. You need to leave town a lot quicker than that if you decide to screw over Mickey C.
あ、結構近くだったんだね。
This seems like a long shot. Aren't they all?
Car 11K, Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
Message from the coroner. The cause of death was a knife wound. Repeat, a knife wound. Revolver appears to have belonged to the victim.
Son of a
KGB all
bitch.
clear.
He stabbed her. I thought you said real men use their fists, not guns.
That guinea cocksucker. You think he got the money too?
Come on, Roy. We're bringing this whole tragedy to its conclusion.
None.
Why'd you kill her, Carlos? Your gripe was with me. She was collecting the money for you.
Mickey made it clear it was either me or you, and I intend to keep on living.
揉めてますな。
She stole those betting slips. She was running out on me.
And you were gonna let her?
No, I let her collect. I set her up, just like she set me up. Just like my manager set me up. Everyone wanted me to take a dive. Everyone wanted me to take the short money. It's for the best, kid.
You were washed up, kid! You couldn't climb, and you were too brave to sink. You were going nowhere!
Maybe, but I had heart. I was a Royal Marine, Carlo. If I lost a fight, it wasn't for lack of trying, and it wasn't for lack of courage. I didn't have much, but I had that.
I did it for you, and that's how you repay me!
You did it for yourself, so did little boy. You did it to make a quick buck, and Candy did it to make her dream come true.
Blah, blah, blah. I've got the money, all I need to do is get rid of you. It's gonna be a shame, kid, but that's business.
We've heard enough, Arcaro. Put down your weapon.
You're making a big mistake, Arcaro.
OK, OK.
I'm wide open here.
Throw out the guns.
Clearing some space here.
どこだ？上？当たってる当たってる。A で武器を拾う。よいしょ。
Clearing some space here.
どこに武器ある？よしよしよしよし。
You're covered, Phelps. Get behind something, Phelps.
Hmm?
Where are you? You limey cocksucker.
Ah, 道がわからん。
Cole, Carlo's a dead man. Hammond too when I find him.
あ、それか。おお。
Take cover, you lunatic.
どこだ？
Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Kill a cop, and it's the electric chair.
Clear, go.
It's time to come out now, Hammond. Put the gun down, Roy.
That son of a bitch owes me a lot of money.
Catch. Escania sails from New York, Hammond. Be on the next train and don't ever come back.
Why?
Because I was a Marine and I once lacked courage. Everyone deserves a second chance. Now beat it.
Fuck you! That English prick is getting away with my money, Phelps!
Donnelly and the homicide squad send their best, Phelps. They're more than pleased that you wrapped up the Edwards killing. They're a little mystified about the motive. You have any ideas on that?
Crime of passion, sir. Looks like some sort of love triangle between the manager, the fighter, and his girlfriend.
No sign of the scrapper?
No, sir. Looks like he left town after the fight.
Okay. It's Homicide's problem now. Good work, gentlemen.
ほんの少し人情味のあるというか、アルバート派もどういうわけか留置場抜け出してイングランドに渡った。だってさ、あれ傷害総額、あれ誰か怪我してなかったっけか。まあいいや。一般人巻き込んだ気がするんだけど。
187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Guy gave his wife a tap. I'd say all
タモルヒネ。
Did you know Mr. McCarthy?
You think the vice voice? What's with that getup of yours anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
Are we going to the Mocambo this Friday?
Is anybody making coffee soon?
Say, could I borrow some of that mascara?
さて、発言現場ね、とりあえず。はいよ。
Seem distracted.
We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
よし、現場に行くぞ。
Jesus, Cole, what's wrong with a good old-fashioned black and white?
いいね。
Go right just now.
いろいろ支障が出そうだけど、まあいいや。やべえ、スピード出ないな、やっぱり。
Turn right here.
ああ、曲がんねえ。やべえ、曲がんない。これでカーチェイスは無理だな。曲がんねえ。危ないよ、危ないよ。
Second floor. Apartment 6. In the back.
Thanks.
2階の奥の6番。
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty.
Well,
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
皆さん勢ぞろいですな。そこに誰かいたんだ。あは。
Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I take a look?
Be my guest.
歴史ではないってこと。
Take a closer look at her head and neck.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
首絞められてますな。腕にもなんか、なんだこれ。
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire.
なんか、すげえ、あと、何の跡だろう。噛みつかれてんのかな。
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
This is her in these photos? She's something else.
Yes. Miss Julie was...
Pretty girl like that? Maybe she was having trouble with some boys.
Circumstantial.
Maybe she got her heart broken. Couldn't take it anymore.
あ、関係ない人。
So she ran herself a bath and downed some pills, and then she just drifted off.
I don't know. Miss Julie, she always had so much fire. So much drive.
Quality English smoking jacket.
Not being very clear.
I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
It's okay.
Looks like barbiturates. Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing? We should speak to a doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Why? なんであんなとこに隠してあるんだ。
doubt it.
でかいな、アイロン。
Doesn't tell me anything.
ロールピン。
Don't think this is anything. Doesn't give me anything to go on.
This is all top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look. Could have been a modeling assignment. It's a place to start. Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Hmm. この段階でセーブしてくれ、どっかで。その方が楽だ。やり直すとき。ナイスセーブ。次は普通の警察の車で行くか。消防車無理だわ。曲がれない。曲がれないし、加速も停車も厳しい。お待ちどうさまです。
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
なんでみんなそのあからさまに嘘ついてる感じになるの？
Men friends, Mrs. Reynoldson. Spill it.
I will not spread gossip about Miss Julia. She was very nice to me.
I don't care if she was the Virgin Mary's sister. Who was she humping? You changed the sheets.
You're disgusting. If you're going to take that tone, I won't answer any more questions.
失敗したな。
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Mrs. Reynoldsson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldsson.
うん。これ証拠あるのか。誰かが出入りした証拠。パイセン。
Back to work, Phelps. I don't like the way this broad bought it. I want to get the guys responsible.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact. Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
なんでこんな平気で
What are you
つけるん
hiding
だ
here, Mrs. Reynoldsson? Julie was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pillbox, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldsson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry, I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
Mrs. Reynoldsson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldsson. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home. Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm with Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
で、検視の人は確固たる証拠で動いてるような人ですから、信用するに値するでしょう。ちょっと君のパトカー借りるよ。消防車で書いてない次は。申し訳ないけど。あれ、ここじゃん。なんか、証拠集め忘れてるやつ、なんかある？こっちのパトカースタイリッシュじゃん。これにしよう。
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
やっぱね、証拠取り忘れてなかったね。これで OK と。お、そうそう、こっちの車だ。誰の車か知らんけど。
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye. Next right.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
You killed someone! ごめんごめん。サイレン鳴らすの忘れてたわ。ごめんごめん。ちょっとね、慣れてない車でさ。ドクターストーンマンの診療所。なんかいろいろ実績解答してるけどよく見えないな。 こんにちは。違うの？こんにちは。違うの
？I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
なんで？
Here, Stoneman, Office 505.
505。はこれは504。そうだね、多分。引っかかるなっちゅう。
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
いや、こいつに言って。こいつに。俺に言うな。
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
ちょっと、あ、でも目とかでね、違うか。
Detective? Tell me, do you often lose focus like this?
あれ？
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
You didn't like her, did you?
It wasn't a question of like, Detective. She was incredibly beautiful. When you looked in her eyes, you knew how a mouse felt before a snake. Not an ounce of warmth there.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman.
よく知りません。
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Your investigation is much more important than my...
Dr. Stoneman, We are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective. Detective? Tell me, do you often lose focus like this?
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
最終的にこの医者が怪しいのが一番。ごめんなさいね。どこだ？どこ行くの？ああ、処方してんの？
The main reason Santa's so jolly is because he knows where all the bad girls live.
それはどういう意味で？
The old boy is lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
こういう洞察力は鋭いんだね。
Have you noticed how Croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
プライバシーだ。 って言って覗こう持っているとなんか隠してる時が多いからね。特に左向いてるやつ。プライバシーだ、差別だって言い逃れする。
I wasn't leaving fingerprints on the glass or nothing. Just leave me alone.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
あ、ここにいたの。
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
まあ、知らない方が幸せなことってあったりはするんですよね。
Help me out. Crime scene reports might be back by now. You should check for messages.
本当だ。
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
相棒、大丈夫かな。
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Meんどくさい。あれ、行き過ぎた。大丈夫そうだな。見せられないよっていうふうにはならないみたいなね。こんばんは、こんにちは。
Detectives Phelps and Earl here to see the coroner.
Yes, Detective. He's waiting for you in the examination room.
こっち？あれ？あ、そこだ。こっちだ。
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
なんでこいつは妨害するようなこと言うんだ。
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
え、これだけ？あとなんかあるんじゃないの？ 聞いてないんだけど。後で来るってことか。あれ、僕行っちゃったよ。
That bum took a swipe at me, I put him down with my sap. Where's the phone?
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
一回
You always interrupt other people's conversations?
いや警察署のどこに行くの？誰か来てるって言ってたよな。
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
And you
Are
were
they?
close?
We were friends.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Spill it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson?
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
Well.
Arnett is in interview too, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
What the hell is the LAPD up to these days? Mary says they'll sing. Only if I get
外じゃないよ。こっち、こっちか。これか
I mean, you know you've made it if you got that desk.
1じゃない。2か。
I was door knocking all
どこだ
morning, but I got a make on the car in the end. I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting he wouldn't forget.
あ、これか。
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Hmm?
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private? Heather won't have to know? Yes. We had relations.
白状してた。
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get some from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
何みんな海外の人ってそうですか目が泳ぐの
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting to get him to death.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
頭回るようになった感じがするんだけど
He's in that car at the lights.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Easy, Cole. Better back it up.
尾行中です尾行中です
You quit driving like a jackass already?
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
尾行中です
Where are you taking us, Henry?
移行中です。通ります。
Now would be a bad time to forget how to drive.
移行中です。
Shit. Better drop back, Cole.
なんで？ダメか。ぶつけちゃダメなのね。交通事故起こしちゃダメなのね。
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
尾行中です。尾行中です。
Where are you taking us, Henry?
God damn it. Everyone's looking at us, Cole.
大丈夫大丈夫。
Are you on the sauce or what?
Whoa, back off before we get made.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
まあ沖縄っていうワードを知ってるだけだね。渋滞してる渋滞してる。じゃあ俺も渋滞に入っちゃおうかな。すげえなんか目立つんだよね、あのクリーム色のカラーは。
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
タコ飛びするのか。
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
My God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Our net only got 600 clams.
ちょっと電話してくるわ。電話遠いな。
Don't need this? Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
See him? Saw his picture in the paper.
危ない。
Lady cut up like a medallion.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to Hollywood Station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks for your help.
Hmm. とりあえず警察署に戻るか。
He just refuses to accompany me to church.
なんですと
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
よっ。おまたへ。
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus two dames always equals problems.
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
He was in the bathtub, and he'd taken one of his fingers. Were you at home last Saturday? No way. You left at midnight, correct?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud. Julia Randall's ring. It's here. Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting to get him to death. Isn't there anything else you can do?
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
全部盗品じゃねえか。
Drunk all bad. Or doped up.
I think his name is Phelps. He brought in the case for that poor lady killed near City Hall.
Hmm?
Sir? Are you a spy?
Take the next left turn.
いや、直進で。ああ、いい時間っていい時間だな。目的地に着いたら終了しますかね。ああ、ごめんごめん。めっちゃよそ見してたわ。
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
おお、銃撃戦か。
Throw out the guns.
Move, I got you.
この野郎。
Weapons on the ground now.
お。
Pretty brave.
I'm gonna put holes in you, asshole.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
I got you down, motherfucker! Ow!
Find some cover!
I'm wide open here.
Get over here! I need some extra...
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. I nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
なるほど。こいつも関与してるってことかね。
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
なるほど。うん、ということで、2時間ぐらいやりましたので、今日はここまでにしたいと思います。ちょっとね、中途半端な状態なんですけども。大元なんだっけ？そうか、殺人事件か。歴史に見せかけた殺人事件を追っているという状況ですが、うん。なんだろう、今回の相方、あれですね。結構傲慢ですね。まあいいや。ということで、今日もここまでにしたいと思います。続きはまた来週、2時頃ですね。2時過ぎると思いますけども、続きをやっていきたいと思います。進行バグに関しましては多分前回の部分だけだと思うので、これからは多分スムーズに進むと思います。ということでご視聴ありがとうございました。それではまた。バイバーイ。